Joe Biden is a despicable character. That's right. He did a rally in Philly on Wednesday and called Trump a racist to a black audience. From baseless accusations to conjecture and projecting his own behavior, Joe Biden is a really awful person. We're going to get into the things that he said during this Philly rally. And it's not just that he said things that were false about Trump, but he was speaking to a black audience to try to convince them that they should vote for him. And everything he said was negative. Again, Joe Biden is a despicable character. Let's get into it. Hey guys, welcome back. If there's one thing we know for sure, it's that politics never fails to entertain. But today, we're not just talking about entertainment. We're talking about absurdity. Joe Biden has got balls the size of Texas. Picture this. A world where accusations fly faster than facts, where race is used as a political football, and where the truth takes a backseat to bullshit. Welcome to the Biden administration, where reality is optional and nonsense reigns supreme. Guys, I don't know about you, but when I hear the president of the United States flinging accusations like a monkey flings, well, you know, I start to wonder if we're living in a comedy sketch. And this is no joke. This is the state of the nation. Not only is Biden accusing his predecessor of all sorts of nonsense, but he's also conveniently forgetting his own checkered past. Okay, so here's Joe Biden at his rally in Philadelphia on Wednesday.
The threat that Trump poses is greater in his second term than his first.
I love how these Democrats always say, well, Trump's a threat to democracy. How? How is he a threat to democracy? What did he do?
It's clear that when he lost in 2020, something literally snapped in this guy.
Nah, nothing snapped in him. What happened was, Joe, you guys stole the election, and he knew it, just like everybody else knew it. It's just that half of the country doesn't want to admit it, but they know it.
No, I'm serious. That's why January 6th happened.
No, January 6th happened because you guys stole the election. It was called the Stop the Steal protest. People went there to give their support to the country, to the Constitution, to the election, and to Trump, because you guys stole the election. That's what it was all about.
When he unleashed an insurrection.
There was no insurrection, Joe. There was a 2.5-hour riot with less than 1% of the people who were there. And according to a lot of the video evidence that was released, it was the police, the Capitol Police, who instigated the riot by shooting rubber bullets and tear gas into peaceful protester crowds.
Now he's running again, and he's clearly unhinged.
How is Trump unhinged? This guy is shouting at his audience. That could be taken as unhinged. But how is Trump unhinged? Did you guys watch any of his rallies? He's not unhinged at all.
He calls insurrectionists who stormed the Capitol patriots.
I don't think anybody actually stormed the Capitol when the Capitol Police opened the doors for them.
Patriots. If reelected, he wants to pardon, quote, every one of them.
That is an absolute blatant lie. Trump said that for people who were charged with little things like misdemeanor trespassing, he will pardon them. Because misdemeanor trespassing doesn't mean you should sit in a jail cell for over a year waiting to be charged, waiting to have your trial start.
Let me ask you.
Listen.
What do you think he would have done on January 6th if black Americans had stormed it? Think about this.
Can you believe that he just said this to a black audience, a predominantly black audience? Can you believe he just said that? The race baiting.
What do you think would have happened if black Americans had stormed the Capitol?
There were some black Americans who were there at the protest, and you guys made sure that one of the leaders of the Proud Boys, a black guy, he got what, 24 years?
I don't think he'd be talking about pardons.
See, that's the thing. Donald Trump pardoned many people of color, many black people, many people of color. But this piece of crap isn't going to ever admit it because he's race baiting right now. So think about this, guys. He wants these people to vote for him. Now, how do you get people to vote for you? You say, well, if you vote for me, this is what I will do for you. I will do X, Y, and Z with the economy. I will do X, Y, and Z with transportation, with schools, with anything, right? That's not what he's doing because he can't run on his history. I mean, think about this. What has he done that's good for the country? Nothing. He's done nothing. In fact, more and more Black and Hispanic Americans are leaving the Democratic Party to go with Trump because they realize that under Trump, life was so much better than it is under this dipshit.
It's the same guy who wanted to tear gas you as you peacefully protested George Floyd's murder.
Donald Trump never said a thing negative about peaceful protesters. He talked about the rioters and the looters, people who set federal buildings and police precincts and other buildings on fire, people who destroyed billions of dollars in damage, destroyed businesses, people who attacked other people. It happened every night during the summer of love in 2020. That's who Trump was talking about. He never said he was going to tear gas peaceful protesters. You don't arrest peaceful protesters. Joe Biden is a despicable liar.
The same guy who still calls the Central Park Five guilty, even though they were...
Donald Trump has never talked about the Central Park Five since the Central Park Five case. But this a-hole just says, he still says the Central. And you know why? Because that's a trigger for Black people. I mean, this guy, his whole campaign strategy is, well, I'm not going to tell you what I'm going to do for you, but don't vote for that guy because he's a racist. He's evil. He hates you. That's his whole strategy.
Exonerated. He's that landlord who denies housing applications because of the color of your skin.
That is false as well. See, what that is about, and this is a despicable man right here. What that was about was an EEOC claim was filed, a complaint was filed. And the problem was that Trump had built an apartment building for luxury apartments. And throughout the entire process, no one in New York ever said to him that they wanted Section 8 housing in there. So he never planned for it. Why would he? He's doing luxury apartments. At the ribbon cutting ceremony, you had government officials that came up to him and said, we want 10% of these apartments to be for Section 8. He said, well, had you talked to me about that before we went through everything and had this built, I might have worked something out. But no, I'm not going to do that right now. So an EEOC complaint was filed. And guess what? They threw it out because there was nothing to it. But this piece of shit, Joe Biden, who can't tell you what he'll do for you that will make your life better, he goes and spreads that lie.
He's that guy who won't say Black Lives Matter and invokes neo-Nazi Third Reich terms.
Oh, my God. Yeah. This is that guy who launched his 2020 campaign based on the Charlottesville lie. By saying that Trump said that neo-Nazis and white nationalists were very fine people. He never said it. He never said it. In fact, it was, I believe it was CNN that edited the part out where he said, and I'm not talking about the neo-Nazis and white nationalists because they should be condemned totally. But this piece of shit is going to continue to repeat these lies.
We all remember Trump is the same guy who unleashed birthism, the birthism lie against Barack.
Wrong. That was Hillary Clinton who started the birther movement. All Trump ever said, guys, pay attention to this. All Trump ever said about the birther movement was, why doesn't he just shut them up and produce the birth certificate? Trump wasn't denying anything about Obama. He just said, just produce the certificate and shut them up. That's all he said. But this piece of shit isn't going to come clean like that. He's going to spread lies again. And think about it, folks. Everything he said was a trigger to Black people in Philadelphia. All right. So there you have it. Joe Biden has once again lied through his teeth and used race as a political cudgel to attack his opponent because he has a failing record to go on. He can't say anything good about what he has already done, and he has no idea what he wants to do in the future. So he went on the attack, and he did it in the most despicable way possible. The news wasn't going to present it that way to you, but now you know. Thank you for watching this video. Hit the subscribe button and get ready, because the culture war rages on. See you in the next one.
Too many secrets, too many closed doors, we're sick to cover-ups. We're sick of the cover-ups, want the truth and nothing more. The veil's been lifted, the jig is up, no more drinking